can fly.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. So in this game analysis video, my team, the Tulsa Roughnecks, is taking on Sacramento Republic. This is one of the last few games of the season, and I would just want to preface this video and say that this is probably, the first 30 minutes of this game is probably the worst 30 minutes that I've played in my professional career. I'm going to say that one more time. This is the worst first 30 minutes that I've played in my professional career, and I really want to go over this video because I think there's a lot of lessons in this, because after that first 30 minutes, I think that I turned this game into one of my best performances. It's like second half performances of the season. I felt like offensively was great in the second half, and I felt that defensively it was solid in the second half. So I want to kind of go through that because, as you guys know, once you make a couple mistakes in the beginning of a game, once you don't feel like yourself, then it starts to get into a rut and you start to continue to make bad decisions all the time. So as usual, my name is Matt Sheldon. I'm number 13, and as usual, I'm playing right back, even though this has me playing left back. So I will go through all of my offensive and defensive plays on the ball, dissect it, and try to learn from it. So here we go. Kickoff is just about to start. There's me back there. Sacramento has the ball, and for kickoff, what they do is they're just going to play it right back to one of their center mids, and they're going to try to feed in a long ball over to my side. So here comes the long ball over to my side. It's overhit, out of bounds, and now for my first throw-in of the game, first action of the game right here. I'm going to play right into my center mid, who's going to play me back. Now the entire game, as you'll notice, Bijev is going to force me onto my left foot. He knows I'm right-footed. He's cutting out the wing and forcing me to the inside. So right here, I have a very bad left-footed clearance, and then having one bad left-footed clearance at the very beginning of the game is only going to reinforce that, force me inside from Bijev. So here is my second play of the game and second mistake of the game. Ball's going to come out to me from the goalkeeper, and again, their left winger, Bijev, is pressuring me, cutting off the line. He knows I want to try to play up to the forward or out to my right midfielder, and we don't have a center mid popping right in this pocket for an easy release right towards the center. That's ideally where somebody would be, right in this space, so I could play right into them, and they could either play it out wide with a 1 or 2 touch pass or turn. But there's not. I try to cut in. I should just have been smart, been safe, and try to clear it there. But I've made my decision. And then here, I just don't know what happened, honestly. Maybe it's because I've already made 2 mistakes early in the game. I had a terrible touch, terrible dribble out there, and then lost the ball again. Now, my third play or fourth play of the game, ball's coming back to me, and I get a little lucky with this play, honestly. Again, Bijev's forcing me on my left foot. I cut inside, and I try to pop it forward, get a little bit of deflection, but it works out in the end. But again, not the best plays for me in the beginning of the game, and you can see I'm a little rattled. Anytime in the first 2-3 minutes of the game you're making 2 or 3 mistakes, it's never a good thing, and it's going to affect you. Now my next play right here, ball is going to be played back to me, and I start to drive forward, which is actually kind of the exact opposite of what I usually recommend players, especially if you're making a few mistakes early on in the game or any time in the game. I always say that once you start to get out of the rhythm of the game, the best way to get back into the rhythm of the game is to make some simple passes. Play 1-2 touches, play the easy option, get some completed passes under your belt so you start to get momentum, start to get your confidence back, and then everything starts to work out and you can play back and usually re-enter into how you usually play. Now here I start driving forward. I try to do a little bit too much. Now, as always, there could be a few options that would make my life a little bit easier. Maybe Rodrigo would continue his run to give me an option out wide. Maybe this center mid would continue his run a little bit to give me an option in the center, but I don't like to blame anybody else. Obviously, I made this mistake. I drove forward with the ball, and I lost the ball there. But as always, there's always usually a few other reasons why stuff happens. Rarely is it on one person who messes up. Even though a lot of those mistakes were pretty much just me having bad touches or making bad decisions. A little clearance from there, some 1v1 defense in the back post from me, and then an easy header out right here. So a couple decent plays for me right here, starting to get back in the rhythm of the game. Ball comes back to me, again, getting a lot of pressure from this left side, so I want to switch it. I'm being forced inside. I'm going to act like I'm going to drive in a little bit. As you can see, their striker starts to cut that off, so I play the easy ball back to my center back. And then here's mistakes all around. Bad pass back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's forced to make a rush clearance, and then a little individual mistake there from our center back that leads to the goal. Again, even though it always appears like it's one person's fault, it's usually a whole list of things, of individual mistakes everywhere that account for the goal. So that's how they went up in the 14th minute right there, 1-0. Now I have the ball again. Again, I want to play out wide. I'm trying to get to Marlon, but Rodrigo's making a really good checking run right here so I can play into him, and then one touch bounce out. That's the best way to do that when you're being forced inside. Play inside and then pop it out wide from that center mid. I get the ball back to me and play up to my striker who gets fouled, so we earn a free kick up in the attacking half. Ball comes out to me, and under a lot of pressure, I'm going to take that touch inside and then draw a foul right at the half line. It's tough. Bijev is getting a lot of pressure on me, and I'm getting played in a lot, the ball to my feet, which makes it very, very difficult under these circumstances. Then here, again, we lose the ball. Kind of bad covering, and you'll see on this next angle that I'm way too wide out. So I should be about 5-10 yards inside covering my center back when I see that we lost the ball. So we lost the ball, and I'm going to pause it right here. I'm way out here. I should be right here. If I'm right there, he's going to have to take a touch. He's probably not going to strike that one touch. And if he does and he somehow gets around me and I'm not unable to block it, then hats off to him. But my positioning was off, and should have been a little bit more tucked in there. So my next play right here, I have the ball right around half line, a lot of pressure coming from that side, that winger. So I'm going to come inside, drive inside, play across to my left center back. And then right here, now I'm the one taking the throw in. I'm going to throw into DaCosta's feet, who's going to play it right back to me. I bring it down. And now again, could we get, it's a little stagnant. Could we just get a 2-yard, 3-yard checking run just to relieve some of this pressure? You know, could Janu Silva pop right into this space? Could Manny Gonzalez pop just 5 yards closer? Obviously, I lost the ball. I took a little bit too long on it. But as always, could there be a little bit just options to relieve a little bit of pressure? And again, I'm the first one to say that mistake's on me. But could we just make, you know, life a little bit easier for everybody by popping, by doing the little extra for your teammates? Sacramento has the ball right here. It's a great ball to the back post. I'm in the back post, get in front of my man, do a good header, good clearance out there. They recover it, but then we do a good job just to clear the danger. So honestly, first 30 minutes have been shocking from me. I think I've lost majority of the balls that I've had to me. It's not been good, but you know, I continue to tell myself that you're out here for the reason. You're just in a rut to continue to play aggressively, continue to go out there, play your game, that you're a good player, positive self-talk. Keep telling yourself that all you need is a few passes and everything's going to change. So right here, take on Bijev on the wing, get a foul called on me, and then now from the free kick, Marlon Dos Santos scores. So just like that, you know, just continue to, it's all positive self-talk. And I'm constantly telling myself, you're fine, don't worry, continue to play your game, you know. Even though I want to play a little bit smarter, a little bit safer, get some 1-2 touch passes in, and to build up that confidence, I'm continuing to tell myself all the time that you're good, don't worry, improve it, pick it up, but don't worry, don't panic. And this is where kind of things start to change. And my passing completion starts to get a little bit better. My defense gets better. I start to attack a little bit more. So that's pretty much it. You know, just telling myself constant positive self-talk and telling myself that I'm out here for a reason and that this isn't me, you know, just to continue to play my style of game. And then right here, you know, just easy 1-2 touch pass. And again on Brian, like, could we have our right winger check down that line for him to have an easy option? So here is 1v1 on the wing. Bijev is going to have the ball. Here's a good move, cuts in, has some good help defense right there. We plug it up, and it's not that big of a danger. And so this is where I start to take the advice that I said earlier in the game. Get back in the rhythm of the game. Just to play simple. You know, 1 touch right there, 2 touch out right to my right mid. Get back into the groove, get some passes completed, get that confidence up, and then you can start getting, you know, really playing your game. So right there again, right in my center mid, who plays it right out wide. Ball's going to come into me in the wing. That's a little out ahead of me, but I do a good job just to try to whip it across near post, a little bit towards the goalkeeper, but that's fine. You know, again, just get back into the rhythm of the game. I'm going to say this a lot, but that's really how it is. DaCosta has a great cross in with the left foot right into Janu Silva, and now we're tied 2-2. So momentum starting to shift. We're getting back into the game. I'm starting to feel that my passes are better, that, you know, all the pressure is kind of alleviated off of me now. I'm not making as many mistakes, and now I kind of run with it. And as you'll see, especially at the start of the second half, things definitely are going to improve. So great header from Janu Silva, great ball from DaCosta, and now just like that, it's 2-2. We're tied up again. So now 41st minute, Ball comes into my guy, just do a good job to apply a lot of pressure, try to win the header, and just make it difficult on that winger. And then Sacramento has the ball, is going to feed a long ball into my guy, and again, win the header out for their throw-in. So now we have the ball. Center back's going to play me out. I have lots of time. Bijev's not pressuring me as much. The game's starting to settle down. Again, I'm just going to play it simple. 1-2 touches out to my wing. And that's pretty much it for the first half. So hope you guys see that first 30 minutes was terrible. The next 15 minutes of the first half, I'm starting to get back into it, playing simple, playing 1-2 touches. The passing completion is a lot better. The defensive, the defensive side is a lot better. I'm really starting to feel like I'm getting back in this game. And now during this halftime is crucial. Again, I'm constantly telling myself I'm back, I'm fine. I'm gonna have a good second half now, and I'm completely forgetting about those first 30 minutes. This is a new half. I'm again giving myself positive self-talk, but those first 30 minutes are completely out of my mind. I'll watch the film later. I'll learn from my mistakes just like I'm doing right now, but I am completely forgetting about the mistakes I made and going into the second half just like I'd go into any other second half with any other game.
All right, guys, so during this halftime break, I want to give a quick ad for Israeli medjool dates. Medjool dates are known as the king of all dates. They're grown in Israel and are some of the most popular dates in the world because of their soft texture and sweet and unique taste. These premium dates are grown in the perfect soil condition and the perfect climate of the Jordan Valley and the Arava of Israel. And they're freshly harvested straight off of the tree. And I'm giving this ad during halftime of my game analysis right now because these dates would be perfect for a pre-workout or pre-game snack, or even as a great snack during halftime of one of your matches or games. They're such a perfect snack for athletes because they have such a high level of naturally occurring sugars, which acts as a great energy source for athletes for your workouts and training sessions or games or whatever. They're also a great source of fiber, potassium, and they're loaded with antioxidants. It's literally the same idea as having a sports drink or an energy gel thing that you have at halftime, just to give those quick, natural sugars, those simple carbs into your body so that you can restore your glycogen stores in your muscle and have energy for your game or competition or whatever. But in my opinion, these actually taste better. It's completely natural occurring sugars. There's no artificial flavors or weird chemicals. It's grown straight from the ground, straight picked from a tree in Israel. I actually tested it out this morning, and along with my breakfast, I had 2 dates right before my training session and another 2 dates right before my afternoon workout session, and I loved it. They honestly aren't lying when they say they're the king of dates. These are the best tasting dates I've ever had, and they really did supply me with a lot of energy for my sessions. So I'd highly recommend adding just 2 Israeli medjool dates to your guys' meal plan, especially before a workout or a game, just to give you that extra boost of energy. So I hope you guys can see the benefits of Israeli medjool dates, so let's get back to the game analysis video.
So here is the start of the second half, just a little cross into the back post. I'm going to do a good job to head the ball out, forward, and wide. I think that was a foul on Marlon, but no call. And then it's 1v1 on the wing, just keeping in front of you. Don't let him get past you. And some good 1v1 defense there. And then Bijev's going to have the ball on the side. His back is towards our goal, so I'm going to get high up, press him. Don't make it easy for him to turn, and then out of bounds on me, so Sacramento's ball. And then a little cross here. Now looking back on this is tough. It's right in the middle of the 6. I think it'd be very dangerous to try to head this over the goal. Maybe I could head it back to where it came from, but it's hard when I'm running back towards the goal. I try to flick it behind me and then get a little lucky, but honestly, it's tough. I've watched this about 10, 15 times now, and I think that initial gut instinct that I had to try to flick it on to the back post was the right one. Maybe I could have flicked it a little bit harder, but yeah, I think that's a tough play. And then 1v1 again. Now here, Brian, the center mid, is going to come back. I think that he should come back right here, plug the center so that Bijev is forced to stay out wide. But it's okay. Bijev is going to cut inside. I'm 1v1 now. When I think he's going to shoot, I slide. And then as he goes too far, I pass him on to the center mid. So decent defense there. I felt like it could have been cut out a little bit earlier with a little bit better positioning. But decent. Cross in. Now here is a few mistakes as well. So I'm definitely the deepest. Can I sprint right here? Can I really, even though it's the 60th minute, can I sprint as hard as I can 5 yards to try to keep everybody off sides? But even we have a couple guys, maybe the left back, the right center back, and me, all keeping people on sides. And we're all on different pages as a back line. We all either need to step out quickly together to force them off sides, or we need to hang back and get back into our positioning so that, when we see that ball coming, because these are our 2 center backs, and it's pretty disjointed with 3 guys right in the center of the field. Now, we should have been better positioned and also sprinted out. But again, we have to be on the same page. We're all on different pages. I'm not sprinting out. Somebody's trying to do, our left center back's trying to do an offsides trap when we're not in position to do a left offsides trap. So again, a few different mistakes where we all need to get on the same page and do the right thing together, or the wrong thing together, but at least be doing the same thing. Now 61st minute, 3-2, we're down now. Ball's going to come out to me, a little bit of pressure, so I'm just going to curl it around into space for my right winger. And my right winger is going to cut in. Does a good job to kind of maintain the ball right here, plays it back to me. I'm just going to one-time it, a little bit of a bobble though, into my center mid. So that's, again, a good couple passes there, some completed passes, but always could be cleaner. And then ball over the top into my guy. I'm just going to force him, keep him wide, make it difficult on him, but don't let him get by me. It's a good fight. He does a good job to maintain possession of the ball, and he plays it back to his center mid. Ball comes out to me, lots of time and space. I'm going to try playing my center mid, try to lead him a little bit, and maybe let him a little bit too far. Again, just on little different pages here, and at this point in the season, we shouldn't be on different pages. It should be a well-oiled machine. Ball comes into me, chest it down, and then just play into my right mid. And then here I'm making my my run up the field, lots of space. I'm going to just take a touch. Now right here, you can see the angle. I want to play it around these defenders into the space right behind their back line and get a great cross off, but just a little bit high for my striker, Janu Silva. But we recover it. Center mid has the ball, plays into Marlon, and then I'm going to just kind of be support there. The ball is going to come out to me. Little 1-2 touch right there, and then cross it right into Janu's head, but over the crossbar. So decent plays, a couple really good crosses from me. So like I said, things are really turning around. I've completely forgotten about the first 30 minutes and how poor that was. And all I'm focused on now is just winning the game and playing my style and having a good game. That's so important to have a short-term memory in football. You look back at your mistakes and you learn from them, but you have that short-term memory where it doesn't affect your future plays. I'm going to get the ball. I could play it quickly, but I see that gap kind of closing in with the two players, so I'm going to hesitate a little bit and then play out to Marlon once on the outside once that gap closes. Ball comes back to me. A little bit of a bad touch, but again, you kind of roll with it. Fight my way down to the wing, and a good cross, a little deflection though, and it goes right to DaCosta's feet. Throwing into my forward, comes right back to me. Lots of time. And I'm just going to play it out to my my right winger, which is a little good combo there. Now here I'm going to step out to their winger, Sam Werner, and I'm just going to try to funnel him to the outside, try to use this sideline as an extra defender for me. So I'm forcing him out to this wing. Panine right here is doing a really good job as a second defender to get 2v1 right here, and we just get unlucky with the touch, and so it's their throw-in. And then now it's our throw-in up the field. I'm going to try to play right into my my right winger, my striker right now. I'm just going to give a little bit of support. The ball's going to come back to me. Maybe I should have taken a touch. I was trying to find DaCosta with just a one-time serve, but just get it a little bit too high, just get a little bit too under it. Then here, ball's going to come into my guy. I'm going to start to apply pressure, but I'm going to slow down once I get about a yard from him, just to give pressure so that he can't easily turn, and he has to play backwards like that. That's exactly what you want in that area. And then when the ball, play right into my right winger a little bit hard, but he does a good turn and almost gets a little fast break out of it. And then 86th minute right here, ball's going to come into my guy. Again, just a lot of pressure, 2v1 here on the wing, and then just fight and try to keep the ball. And now this is a difficult area. I'm trying to hit it off Awasa for a throw-in for us, but just goes out of me. And then just a little bit of a fight here, and then I end up getting fouled right at the corner, our own half, our own corner. Long ball into our center back. He does a great header to clear out straight into the center mid. He's going to play me the ball. Again, lots of time, lots of space. I'm going to start to just try to keep it a little bit, cut in, play out, and then a great 1-2, but just a little bit too far ahead of Reyes there. But a good play, a good idea there. Now throw in here, instead of running up and just trying to get tight on their forward, I see that he's going to try to flick it on. So I'm backpedaling. I'm going to chest the ball down, and then I'm going to keep the ball and play back to our center back, so now that we can have possession of the ball here. Now, little long ball, little clipped in pass into the winger. Panini does a great job to do a tackle. I'm going to drive forward a little bit, and then as I get pressure, as I draw a defender, I'm going to tap the ball out to my right midfielder. Center mid has the ball. He's driving forward. I have lots of space. Guys starting to come in, so I'm going to take a touch inside, away from where that pressure is, play into my center mid so that we can attack the opposite side of the field now. And then just a little bit of 2v1 defense. Again, Panine is doing a really good job, really helping me out, coming back, tracking back, and helping me go 2v1 against that winger there. And then a little clipped-in ball right into me. I'm going to do a one-touch right into Panine, and then Panine has a great cross in, but again, just barely misses the header or the head of our striker. And then unfortunately, that's the game. So that's the 96th minute. We end up losing 3-2. But I hope you guys can see just how I hope I kind of put it into words well, how I go from having a lot of mistakes and a lot of bad decisions in the first 30 minutes to continuing to tell myself positive self-talk, continuing to, have a short-term memory, and then building back into the game with a couple easy passes, building up the confidence, and then to having a pretty decent second half defensively and offensively. So it's something that I really wanted to share, and I think this is the perfect game to show. But yeah, obviously not the best game since we still lost. So I think there's still 2 games left of this 2019 season. I'm actually already in preseason with the FC Tulsa for the 2020 season. So I want to get these next 2 games powered out pretty quickly. But yeah, 2019 season's almost done, and there's me just talking with one of my friends from Sacramento. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know if that helped you at all with any of your games, if you start making mistakes, or how to get out of a rut when you're in a game. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. So peace.